What light through creepy window breaks? It is the east, and Stan is the sun.
You slip out of a dream and back into your room in real life. The sky is light outside, and groggily you feel regret as you realize Waddle's comforting weight isn't there anymore. What sort of dream?
Wait, that's not what you're regretting. You're regretting the end of what you feel like was a really good dream.
It was a sex dream.
Stan had taken you with him to the lake, you think,
I was
and
right.
somehow ended up in the water.
I was right!
Shh. Sunlight streamed down on him as he grinned at you, his white shirt sticking wet to skin. It's a wet t-shirt contest!
Nico, shut up!
She has opinions! That'd be a date, alright. But it's the last thing you're expecting from today. Laughing quietly at yourself, you glance at the clock to see it's time to get ready for the date.
Okay, I definitely did not see the L there and clock at first. A little while later, and you're dressed for a day at the lake, meaning dressed for a regular day of summer. You're not sure what to expect, so you kept it casual. You would have eaten breakfast with... Sorry, you can go.
You would have eaten breakfast with Stan and the kids, but you were barred from the kitchen by Mabel, who was shielding you from a surprise. Oh no. Instead, you were handed a slice of toast, topped with an oddly cheerful sunny-side-up egg, and waved outside. Now that you're out in the sunlight, you can see that Mabel stuck a smiley face sticker on top of the egg. You peel it off with a shrug and dig in.
Mabel! Sweetheart.
How do you even get something to stick to an egg? Leaning against the scarlet door of the El Diablo, you stare up at the totem pole outside the shack, thinking about how it stands out and fits perfectly in.
Both stands out and fits perfectly in
with the shack's aesthetic. Aesthetique. It's obviously part of the weirdness of the tourist stop, but you're not sure why. It looks pretty well made, even if it's kind of creepy that whenever you move, the eyes at the top seem to follow you. Suddenly, the front door of the house bursts open, and a flurry of sequins and glittery hair clips flies out, attached to a very excited Mabel. I love that.
Loot, are you ready?
You're not spying any conspiratory nudges or winks, so you kind of think Mabel's dropped the whole date setup thing. At least for the moment.
Or what? Vision? Yeah! Aren't you excited? This isn't just regular lake fishing. This is Lake Gravity Falls fishing, where adventure awaits, danger is hot on your heels, and the islands shift and move in the corners of your eyes. I'm sorry, the what?
Are we talking about Scuttlebutt Island? I love telling that one. So we were out on the shore, right, and we saw this giant... Hey, you kids better not be giving Loot that lake monster story again. Stan comes out of the shack with several fishing rods in the crook of his arm, as well as a large tackle box in his right hand. In his other hand are 4 fishing hats with haphazard embroidery on the front of 2 of them. A closer look reveals that there are actually names stitched onto the hats, reading Mabel and Dippy. Grunkle, Stan, you don't have to pretend not to believe us anymore. I swear it really happened. It just rose right out of the water and started chasing us.
And we had to row back as fast as we could, and it was speaking in creepy monster language and...
What did I say? No more of that monster talk or you're gonna scare Loot away. Both kids look a little disappointed, but leave it at that. Stan puts on a smile and drops Dipper and Mabel's respective fishing hats on their heads, and Mabel tugs hers on while running to the car, while Dipper follows, exchanging his usual hat for the fishing one.
Aww.
Stan, out.
Yeah.
Ooh. Stan looks out after them, then turns to face you.
He's smiling.
Kids love to exaggerate. Pretty sure it wasn't that terrifying. Besides, I've been through worse. You hear that, kids? Only your Grunkle Stan's got the right to complain.
Fuck yeah!
Stan hefts his fishing supplies over to one arm, using the other to dig around in his pocket for the car keys. He tosses the rods, hats, and tackle box inside. Mabel's hand darts in before Stan can close the trunk, grabbing a hat. Before you can tell what it says, it's shoved into your hands, and you smooth out the fabric to read, Loot. Stan groans. Mabel, I thought I told you I wasn't gonna give it to him.
But you worked so hard stitching it this morning. You even got the letters the right way on. Mostly.
Oh, he's so embarrassed. Look at his face. Mabel gets in the back seat next to Dipper, leaving you to look at the hat more closely. The sewing is a little messy, and one of the letters is backwards, but Stan clearly put some amount of care into it.
Okay, so why have I not seen this on my dash? Why have I not seen this cute-ass scene drawn on my dash?
They're so cute. Speaking of Stan, he's staring at the hat Mabel shoved at you, thinking of something to say.
Did you really make this for me?
Stan scratches at the back of his head and shrugs a little. Yeah, Mabel wouldn't let me leave until I made you one. Said it was nicer if all of us had matching hats or something.
Immediately put on the hat.
Of course. Why would anyone pick the third option here? That would just be mean. You put it on and beam at Stan. He doesn't respond, just reaching up and closes the trunk, but you see he looks almost too privately pleased to give comment. Pleased! Come on, let's go to the lake before all those tourists take the good parking spots.
Oh, it's so pretty and cute.
The parking lot is far less packed than Stan made it out to be. The weather brought out the true fishing fanatics. And you recognize a few customers from the Shack's gift shop milling about. There are a couple clouds out, but the sunshine is warm against your skin as you step out of the car, and you shield your eyes from the light as you look out over the lake. A few boats bobbing up and down in the blue-gray water sport telltale signs of fellow fishers with poles sticking out of the boat's edges, but some people are just relaxing in the water. Families sit on beach towels and sunbathe, and you spot a couple kids standing in line for a hot dog stand. For a small town, this place is pretty lively. Maber and Dipple run out to the shore where a splash from Mabel soon devolves the moment into a contest of who can splash who worst. You grin at them and their laughter, but a quiet grunkle grunt from behind you catches your attention. Left to get everything out of the trunk, Stan struggles to get the fishing equipment out without dropping anything.
Offer to help, clearly. Hey, need some help?
Stan glances up at you. It's really not that much, you know?
Not even a couple of poles?
Is that a euphemism, Lou? Stan considers this for a moment, then hands you 2 of the 4 fishing poles. Think you can hold your own?
What, under the crushing weight of a couple fishing poles? I think I can manage.
You hear Mabel's voice from the distance away to the shore.
Truce! Truce! Hold on! I got a phone call.
You see Mabel taking out her cell phone as Dipper takes the opportunity to start wringing out parts of his shirt.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'll be there in 5. Bye, Grenda!
Mabel hangs up and rushes to you and Stan.
Grunkle Stan, I'm really, really sorry, but an emergency is happening right as we speak.
What, is somebody dying?
No, the opposite. A birthing.
Oh shit, nice.
Grenda Jr. is having a baby right now, and Grenda needs me there for motherly support. Grunkle Stan, you gotta let me go.
Is Grenda Jr. Grenda's lizard?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I couldn't remember her having any other pets, so. Stan scratches his head and frowns. I don't know, sweetie. I thought we were all gonna go fishing today. Can't she hold it in? Isn't that a thing that happens? Oh my god. Maybe our headcanon about Stan never taking sex ed was right.
I think it is canon. Nope. And it's not every day I get to see the wonders of iguana childbirth. Grunkle Stan, please.
Mabel gives him those patented puppy eyes. Mabel puppy eyes. Stan lets out a heavy sigh, shakes his head, and smiles. All right, Pumpkin. Go on. I know your friend is waiting for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mabel wraps her arms around Stan's waist and gives him a strong hug, her wide grin never faltering. She then lets go and grabs Dipper's wrist before dashing off.
And I'm taking Dipper for moral support.
Wait, I didn't agree to this. Mabel! Mabel!
That was good.
Thank you.
Dot. I thought lizards hatched from eggs.
Thought so too, but hell, I've seen weirder. Best not to question it, kid. before you delve too deeply into the thought of live-birthed lizards, your phone buzzes in your pocket. You pull it out and it's a text from Mabel.
Hi, Loot! I fixed you up so you get a whole day with Grunkle Stan. Have fun!
Winky face.
I can't.
I know.
Oh shoot, I gotta go. Grinda says Grinda is getting closer to baby time. See ya!
That clever little devil. Something wrong?
Nah, just Mabel saying she's going to send lots of pictures of the newborn lizard. How's the southern voice? Wait.
My mouth is full in a nice way. Well, come on. Let's get to fishing before it gets dark out. Towards the end of the first pier, docked with only a frayed length of rope, is a sad-looking dinghy with the words Stan Award brushed on in thick black paint. You note a small rusting motor on the stern that looks as if it's going to fall apart at any moment, and what looks like a hastily made patch on the side. There's no way this thing's watertight. Stan sets the 2 poles down inside along with the tackle box and gestures at the boat. Well, there she is. A beauty, ain't she?
Oh, fuck.
Your choice is or wow. I love it. 1? Okay.
Yeah, life's alright. It's going pretty well.
You look at your Stan, then back at the boat, then back at him. I was making another Old Spice reference. It's just so hard not to. Look at your Stan. Now back to me. Now back at your Stan.
It's amazing. It's a bit small, don't you think?
Stan crosses his arms.
Oh, fuck!
What? You saying you got a problem with my boat?
No, it's just...
Compliment the man's boat.
Oh, fuck. Not... carp capacity, maybe? What do you think?
I like that one.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, we're gonna be doing so good fishing.
Yeah. Where are we going to put the massive amounts of fish we're about to catch? Okay,
Stan
so that
laughs
was
at
the
that.
right option.
See?
Sorry, I doubted it.
Stan laughs at that, his expression brightening. Ha! Optimistic. I like it.
I'm gonna reel in so much fish it'll be coming out of your ears, Stanley Pines.
Alright, hotshot. I'll hold you to that. Stan climbs down into the boat first, then offers you his hand to steady yourself as you follow him down. The boat wobbles a little, swaying dangerously away from your body, but Stan's grip is firm, and you're able to get in the boat without incident. Whoa there, careful now. Wouldn't want you getting wet before we've even started. The footing's a little tricky. See, that plank has a habit of moving and tipping this boat the whole way over, and when that happens, you want to swing your weight over here.
Okay, no, I'm getting out.
Stan chuckles heartily, making it clear that he was joking. In your relief, you notice that he's still holding your hand from the assist earlier.
Ooh.
Explicit hand-holding.
Fuck yeah.
I'm just messing with you. Don't worry. You're not gonna get wet, Toots. You're in good hands.
He called us Toots!
Incredible. And this isn't the only fishing vessel I own. Fishing vessel I own. The other one's bigger, called Stan Award 2.
Creative.
Hey, I'm not joking this time. I've got pictures. Hold on. And you quit standing. Take a seat. Don't want you losing your balance. You sit and watch as Stan digs out his wallet and opens it. It's so full of photos that several come free, fluttering down to the floor of the boat.
Oh God, yes, family pictures. Knew it! Fucking called it! Fucking called it!
As you pick them up, you see that they're pictures of Seuss, the kids, and a teenager you've been told is Wendy.
Wendy!
Sean Connery's. I just can't fucking talk.
It's okay, I can't either.
This is the Stan Award 2. Stan hands you an unfolded photo which depicts him and Ford standing proudly on the deck of a comparatively larger, newer, and safer-looking vessel than the one you're in now. It's docked in a place you don't recognize, and the sky is bright blue and cloudless. She's a resilient one, sailed all over and never let me down once. Well, until me and Ford came back to Oregon. Then, poof, she sputtered out and we had to send her in for repairs. Something about sailing in extreme environments. Point is, I'm back down to the Stan Award Mark 1 over here. This old girl's got her quirks, but she's reliable.
I'm guessing this one needs fixing pretty often.
Yeah, just like my El Diablo. Every time it broke down, I just fixed it up again. Learned real quick what to do and what not to do under the hood. He chuckles to himself and dusts off his hands before presenting his outstretched palm to you. You see that big scar right across my palm? I told the kids I got it fighting off a big grizzly bear. Should have seen the looks on their faces. Thought I was some kind of hero, you know? But, the real story is I burned it on the engine when I was 16. Must have thought I was hot stuff trying to change the oil while the car was running.
Oh my god, he's so blushy.
He's so cute.
Oh my god! Were you alright? That must have been so painful.
My pops called me an idiot for thinking the engine wasn't hot, but my ma cleaned me up in the end.
You remember you're still holding his photos and you hand them all back, which he returns to his wallet with some difficulty. Hey, does that wallet just carry photos, or does it hold money from time to time? Stan chuckles at your teasing.
Nah, I just keep a lot of photos in there to remember. Keeps me grounded. Anyway, let's get this show on the road.
Stan turns, busying himself with cranking the motor, and with a few pulls it sputters to life, expelling a thick plume of exhaust. He coughs and attempts to wave it away quickly. Stan gives the motor a couple of good thumps, and it quits coughing, the engine smoothing out into much gentler thrum. From there, he's back to focusing on untying the boat from the pier and easing it out into the open water of the lake. Glancing around, you spot the two policemen from your night in the clink, and you quickly duck out of sight, hoping to avoid being seen. Stan turns his head and notices you crouched on the bottom of the boat and quirks an eyebrow. Sorry, that's you.
You hiding from the sun or something?
No, it's those two cops from a few days ago. I lost the voice, damn it! Stan whips his head around, spots them, and lets out a laugh so loud it startled you.
Ha! Who? Loves and Durland? Ha! I told you, those two are harmless. And besides, I think today they're a little more focused on each other than us.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
You peek your head up over the edge of the boat, just enough to check out Stan's claim. Sure enough, the two cops seem to be engrossed only in each other, laughing and applying sunscreen to each other's skin. It's cute, you think, and a relief that they're not on the lookout to arrest you and Stan again. Phew, thank goodness. That cell was way too cold to go back to. Stan gives you a nod of agreement, opening the tackle box. There's a bunch of colorful lures inside, a few hooks, and some spare string for the poles. He motions for you to hand him your pole, and within moments he's got a hook tied to the end of your line.
You a live bait or lure kind of person?
Live, right?
Whatever you want.
I think that's what Lou would be.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, gotcha. I'm a lure man myself, but I bet I can swing you over to my side in no time.
Did we fuck up?
I don't know if it matters.
Okay.
Would that matter?
I don't think so. I mean, he was pretty casual about it, so...
Yeah.
Stan picks out a piece of live bait from the tackle box and attaches it to the end of your line, then hands you back your pole. The two of you settle into the relative quiet. As you wait for a bite, you look out over the lake at the other people outside Dave. He always picks the opposite of you.
Oh, okay.
Whether because he noticed or whether he was just filling the lull in conversation, Stan starts pointing out faces of the locals, putting names to them and giving you a little background on each person. You quickly realize that the background info he gives has too much of his opinion to make sense to be useful, but try to remember the names anyways.
I love it.
Still, time passes easily and you soon find yourself reeling in quite a few catches of your own. Looking over at Stan, you've clearly managed to catch more, but he dismisses the difference with the excuse that his luck's just waiting to kick in any moment now.
Seriously, any moment.
He glares at the lake for a minute, then lets it go, leaning back with a sigh.
Phew. I think it's time for a water break, don't you?
Me and you both jump in the lake. Trying to distract me so you'll gain the advantage.
Hey, if you faint out here, that's not gonna be on me, kid. You want a bottle or not?
Okay. Toss me one, would ya? Stan leans down and digs around in the bottom of the boat towards the bow, and comes away with 2 bottles of water wet with condensation. He smiles and tosses you the bottle, and you catch it, twisting off the cap and taking a grateful sip. Until now, you hadn't realized how thirsty you actually were. Stan takes out his own bottle and starts chugging the water, clearly more thirsty than you are. Some of the water slips past the opening and drips down his chin and onto his shirt, darkening the fabric. Your palms suddenly feel very sweaty, and you can't look away.
Are you sure that Stan's the more thirsty one here?
Stan notices you staring and swallows, taking the bottle away and licking the stray moisture off his lips.
Oh, damn.
Your eyes both meet, and for a long time you both just stare at each other, neither daring to take a breath. And licks his lips again. Slowly this time, almost deliberately. Oh,
You're both thirsty hackers, just admit it. True. My God.
The sound of a boat motor breaks the silence, and you whip your head around just in time to see a speedboat tear past you at a speed that's definitely illegal for a lake as small as this one. You have half a mind to share a very rude gesture to the driver, but suddenly Stan is grabbing your hand and shouting,
"Look out!" That was not a good Stan impression at all, but
because
whatever.
the massive wave created in the speedboat's wake is headed in your direction. It slams into the dinghy and rocks it off balance, tipping it dangerously to one side before dumping you both out into the water, fish and all. The water is cold, almost bitterly so for being the middle of the summer, and despite surfacing nearly instantly, you're already soaked and shivering. The poles, the tackle box, and the fish are long gone, and the boat floats upturned some distance to your right. You swim over to it and grip onto the curved underbelly, gasping for air. You hear Stan spluttering behind you, making his way to the boat. He's yelling at the offending boat using some very colorful terms you've never heard before. Make a mental note to remember later for posterity. Once he makes it to the stanner where he sags heavily against the wood, taking in deep, measured breaths. He too is completely soaked, and his wet shirt is tightened to his body.
Oh, damn.
As his chest heaves, you can't help but look your fill. Then pretend to be very interested in scanning the lake for the two policemen when Stan looks your way.
Well, that's one disaster of a fishing trip.
You can say that again. Stan lets out a disappointed groan and starts pulling off his jacket before tossing it on the upturned boat. What are we gonna tell Dipper and Mabel? That their old uncle's lost his fishing touch?
Ha, you wish. I could outfish you any day.
I'd like to see you try, old man.
Old man, why I oughta...
He splashes water on you and you shriek in mock outrage before a wicked grin fills your face. Oh my God! Well, clearly not two. Oh man, I don't know whether dunking him would be too aggressive or not.
It might be too aggressive.
Yeah.
Plus he wears glasses. Let's splash him back.
Marks is not 3. Yeah, let's just splash him. You rake your arm through the water, creating a big enough wave that splashes Stan, re-soaking him from head to chest. He looks shocked for a moment before letting out a deep belly laugh and returning the gesture with an even bigger splash. Oh no, Mark made that mistake.
Oh no.
By the time Blubs and Derlin come to rescue you, you both are so utterly soaked from the impromptu water battle, there's no way you're drying off in the sun. You and Stan exchange giddy smiles as Blubs heads back to the shore, and something tells you that despite losing all the fish, you weren't going back empty-handed, and neither was Stan. The walk back to the car is slow and methodical, a relief after the adrenaline rush you'd had just a little while ago. Stan is wringing out his jacket, muttering under his breath something about damaging good Moroccan leather, when a sudden and violent chill runs through your body. Despite the warmth of the sun, your soaked clothes and clammy skin from the water all catch up at once and you start shivering. Of course, Loot's a fucking twig.
Oh, jeez, here, take my jacket. Stan's being
Oh!
good boyfriend! Take my jacket, it's made of boyfriend material.
No! Before you can protest, Stan is draping his jacket around your shoulders.
Isn't the jacket also wet, though?
Oh!
Check out them arms!
It's damp, but you're immediately surrounded by a sense of warmth, and your chills subside just a little bit. Somehow, despite having taken a dunk in the lake along with the rest of him, the jacket smells good. It's got a faint woodsy smell to it, a hint of smokiness. It takes everything in you not to bury your nose into the thick of it. While you're busy taking in the jacket, Stan hops into the driver's seat and has the El Diablo cranked and running in a flash.
You need a ride back?
Stan, you are my ride.
I know, I'm just teasing ya.
He reaches across the bench seat and opens the passenger door, motioning for you to come inside.
Come on, let's get back to the shack. It's a lot warmer in here than out there, you know.
Stan flicks on the radio once you're cruising down the road and a good song comes on, one you both know the words to. Okay.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Caught in. Okay. Stan is humming along quietly and you pretend not to notice, not wanting to ruin a good thing. The breeze from the open windows is calming and as the trees whiz by, you don't regret getting soaked anymore. It's not long before Stan pulls up to the shack and shuts off the El Diablo, and you both exit the car. Your limbs crack and pop from exertion, and only now do you realize just how exhausted you feel from the day's adventure. Man, you'd kill for a nice, warm, dry bed right now.
How about a nice, warm, dry Stan's bed? Hey, Loot,
Stan halts for a moment and scratches the back of his head nervously. He's looking at the ground, shuffling his feet back and forth, trying to find the right words to say.
I feel kind of bad about getting you all soaked today. I promised you'd be in good hands, and then everything went right to hell in a handbasket, didn't it?
Stan, it's bad, really.
Do you like campfires?
What?
I asked if you like campfires.
Yes. Wait,
yes or yeah, I like campfires.
Oh man, I don't know. Go!
Great, hold on. I'll just be a few minutes.
You're left confused and standing in the backyard of the shack as Stan dashes inside, slamming the door shut as he goes. A chill breeze whips through the trees and you shiver. Despite Stan's jacket, you're still a little damp, and being exposed like this certainly doesn't help matters. You check your phone and after several minutes are ready to give up and head inside the shack when Stan comes through the back door, arms full of marshmallows?
Stan is a marshmallow.
Fuck yeah!
Come here, I want to show you something.
Curious, you follow him over to what appears to be a makeshift fire pit. There's already wood and kindling inside, and part of you wonders if Stan always keeps firewood laying around, or if he prepared this just for you. He pulls a book of matches from his pocket and strikes a match, the head bursting into a bright yellow flame. He tosses them to the wood pile where gradually the kindling ignites. It's not long before you have a modest but warm fire at your feet.
I figured you're still pretty damp, and I'm sure you're hungry as hell since we didn't catch any fish, so...
He trails off and gestures at the fire and the marshmallows again.
It's the least I could do for screwing up your day.
Oh, that's for anything. Stan.
Put on a nice show. What?
Oh, fuck!
Ah, what happened?
You...
did I accidentally click back?
Yeah, you did. Oh,
I didn't.
Fuck. I don't know what to say! Not this is too much. Right?
Right.
1 or 2. Thanks. I really needed this fire. Stan gives you an easy smile in return.
Glad I could help. Hell, I need this too. I took more of a dip than you did.
Oh, no way. I'm more soaked than you are.
Wanna bet?
You both laugh, settling down by the fire to finally warm up. You're not sure how long you sit out by the fire roasting marshmallows over the open flame. Stan's burned his mouth more times than you can count trying to eat a marshmallow far too soon. And you've burned enough of the treat to make even the Stay Puft Man weep. Stan plucks another marshmallow out of the bag and turns it over in his fingers a few times like he's contemplating something before turning back to face you.
You ever played catch with these?
Huh?
I mean, tossed them and tried to catch them again with your mouth.
Yeah, who doesn't do that?
Hey, I thought I'd ask. You never know with some people these days.
Suddenly, a grin spreads across his lips, and he tosses the marshmallow up in the air straight towards you.
Catch.
Oh, fuck. You lean back and open your mouth just in time for the marshmallow to sail right through your lips and into your mouth. You bite down, chewing it with a triumphant grin. Victory has never tasted sweeter.
Damn. Loot is like a magic man, because I have never seen anyone catch a marshmallow like that on the first try.
The McGuckets are probably magic with that.
Yeah. It's just like when caught by surprise, too. Like, damn.
Suddenly, the back door flies open, and out come Dipper and Mabel running up to the campfire excitedly. They're both in pajamas, but look wide awake as ever and are already snatching up the marshmallow bag to dig in. Are those marshmallows? Come on, Grunkle Stan, why didn't you tell us you were roasting marshmallows?
Because you should be in bed, Pumpkin, that's why.
He ruffles Mabel's hair affectionately and pulls her into his lap, handing her his roasting stick. Nope, we're teenagers now. Teenagers don't have bedtimes.
Yeah, exactly. So Grunkle Stan. Answer still no, kid. No, you cannot go out on a 3-day camping trip to track ghost prints.
Yeah, look at that, Uncle.
But Grunkle Ford supports my theory. If you ask me, your Grunkle Ford needs a bedtime too.
Amen!
True. Let him sleep!
Force him to sleep.
So how was the live lizard birth?
Oh, it was so exciting! Granda Jr. was so relaxed, she didn't even realize Granda Jr. Extreme was being born before her very eyes. And then, wait, Dipper, you tell him the rest.
Why don't you keep telling it? I didn't get a great look.
But I gave you a front row seat, right next to me. You saw the whole thing up close, intimately, unforgettably. Aww, I'm sorry.
We love you. We'll miss you.
Alright. Dipper shivers and not from the chill of the night air. Okay, fine. So Granda Jr. Extreme imprinted on Dipper. Isn't that the cutest thing? Little Dip Top. Oh, Mom. Aww.
No, it's not. And I'm not little. I'm manly.
You and Stan chuckle at the kids' antics and give each other knowing glances as you pop another marshmallow into your mouths. Fire crackles and you draw Stan's jacket further around yourself, feeling truly warm for the first time today.
Aww.
Oh, fuck yeah! We're doing damn good.
Hell yeah!